All right, let's go. It's nice to finally wake up with something to be excited about.
Biggest turn-ons?
Hardware wallet in his sock drawer.
The main difference amongst guys in crypto is that some guys lock in while others lube in. So this video is going to be jam-packed, from Greta Thunberg showing off her new dance to Jasmine Crockett showing off her reality.
I mean, obviously anyone can be a criminal, but it is MAGA. It's specifically MAGA faction.
From the best Karen Bass has ever looked to the man who is literally disappearing from our lives.
Epstein Island, it turns out all of the people that were trafficked here just didn't exist. After all, the dude isn't even alive to tell us anymore.
Here outside of that dude's wife's prison, holding the first person ever to be convicted of trafficking to nobody.
We'll compare what it looks like when you open up the Grok app to what you'll see when you open up Jack Dorsey's new BitChat app. We'll talk about some foods you will want to avoid and medicines that you should stay away from at all costs, from the face that invented doggy style to why everyone loves a clean beaver. Of course, we'll check in on all the world's most powerful leaders, because you know I always try to deliver the big hits, so it really doesn't matter what you do for work. You're gonna wanna put down that phone for a minute and watch, because secrets are gonna be revealed that may make you more nervous than Gordon Ramsay's wife right before he eats that vagine. All right, let's talk some crypto, because it's been a really big week, especially for XRP.
Depending upon an SEC and CFTC to work together assumes good faith appointed officials in doing that. What we have seen previously is the SEC actually sowed confusion in the marketplace. They took contradictory positions. Under Chairman Gensler, they took actually contradictory positions in different court cases, which actually created more confusion.
I think there's been clarity for years. I'm not going to speak about one. I'm not going to speak to any one matter. I'm not going to get into any one company or one token. But I can't speak about any possible investigations. And I'm not speaking to all the other tokens. But I'm not going to get into any one filing because I'm not going to talk about any one of these tokens. I can't speak to any one case or any one situation.
You are wasting.
Well, I think we are
next level whack job.
Our victory cleared the path for other market participants to fight back.
BNY, or the Bank of New York, selected to serve as the primary reserve custodian of Ripple's enterprise-grade stablecoin, Ripple USD.
Well, look, I think as the crypto industry has emerged from kind of the last administration where the industry was being attacked, working with the most trusted, the most well-regulated, and even the best capitalized partners is a way to continue to build trust in this system. And stablecoins at their core, by their nature, it's a dollar backed with a dollar in deposits. BNY Mellon has, for a very long time been amongst the most trusted partners out there for as a custody bank. So we're really pleased. We think it's indicative of the shift of tide where we've had headwinds for this industry are now becoming tailwinds. And I think we're going to see a lot of growth.
And it's not just BNY. Wells Fargo has launched an XRP-powered cross-border payment service in 22 countries, leveraging the XRP ledger for faster, cheaper, and transparent transactions. The article goes on to say that this significant adoption by a major U.S. bank aims to streamline international payments for corporate clients, signaling a shift towards blockchain-based financial infrastructure. Open interest in XRP options nears $100 million. XRP options open interest has surged to nearly $98 million, the highest since August of 2023.
Are you not entertained?
And check this out real quick. After watching this project closely for the past couple of weeks, seeing the data, the results, and testing it myself, I made the decision to invest because it seems like the future is behind the iTrade. I'm talking about Cortex Trade, an AI-powered, fully automated trading bot that does all the heavy lifting so you don't have to babysit charts or panic over every market dip. And I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. Cortex runs 24/7 across major exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and KuCoin, analyzing price action, news, volume, and even social sentiment to make trades faster than any human ever could. It's beginner-friendly, the dashboard gives you full transparency, track profits, adjust strategies, and monitor trades in real time. If you're still unsure, there's a demo mode, test it, observe it, no risk, just real insight. Links are down below. And as always, do your own research. All right, let's take a look at some of the other top headlines, and we'll start right here with some thoughts on Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
I think he's terrible. I think, look, we're paying, I call him too late. T-O-O, too late, like Too Tall Jones for the Dallas Cowboys, right? Too late. He's always late. But he wasn't late with Biden before the election. He was cutting him like crazy. It didn't help too much, did it? But he was cutting him like crazy before the election with Kamala and Biden. He was trying to get them in, I guess. I don't know. He was recommended by somebody that worked for me. I like you better.
Elon Musk claims that Donald Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, is in the Epstein files. And it's always fun when a new bombshell enters the island. Personally, I still can't believe that the pedophiles didn't release the list of pedophiles. President Trump says tech stocks, industrial stocks, and NASDAQ hit all-time record highs, and crypto is through the roof. And this is even before we get to next week, with July 14th marking the start of the first ever Crypto Week in Congress. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce puts out a statement on the tokenization of securities. She says that tokenization enhances capital formation and asset use, but doesn't alter the asset's nature.
And we agree with that. We think tokenization is perhaps the biggest innovation to come into capital markets in the past decade.
Eric Swalwell, the gassy representative from California, in talking about ICE agents, says that real men don't hide their faces. Hey, Eric, just checking, is this you?
There's a common belief that money laundering is easy with crypto, but the truth is, it's not. Blockchain technology creates a permanent, traceable ledger that can help law enforcement catch those bad actors.
Ah, now it makes sense why some don't want it. The United Arab Emirates signs a deal with Crypto.com for payments integration.
Deport all immigrants who are here illegally, 55% of the New York Times, Marquette 64%, CBS News 57%, ABC News with a slightly different question 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different pollsters.
So I'm not sure why the communist mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Ass, continues to fight to protect people who are here illegally. Meanwhile, only 1% of the victims from the Palisade fires have been issued permits to rebuild. Some people are upset with Pam Bondi for not releasing the Epstein client list, but not me. Instead, I'm sending her all my credit card debt to make it disappear. Or maybe it's possible that he killed himself because he had no clients. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says that a $100,000 salary in January of 2020 has the same buying power as $124,353 in April of 2025.
We inherited a mess, and I'm not sure where all these deficit hawks were when Team Biden was blowing out the deficit. So last year was 6.7% of GDP, which was the highest it had been when we weren't in a recession, weren't at war. And as your previous guest said, we don't have a tax collection problem. We have a spending problem, and we are trying to get that under control. We are also trying to accelerate growth because changing the growth trajectory upward solves a lot of the deficit problems.
According to Polymarket, there is now an 82% chance that Bitcoin hits $115,000 in July and a 48% chance that it hits $120K. And the TSA has announced they will no longer require travelers to remove their shoes when they go through security checkpoints at the airport. While this is exciting news, the real winner is feetfinder.com. No more freebies. So you know I'll be watching, and I'll keep you updated with any new information. Always be on the lookout, as things are not always as they seem. I need you all to know that my unemployed neighbor with an unlimited fireworks budget wishes you all a happy 10th of July. Does anyone find it odd that in Spanish, the word for non-binary is no binario or no binaria, depending on the person's gender? Remember that nothing in life is as permanent as a temporary government program. And in the words of Donald Trump, I don't always release the Epstein files, but when I do, I don't.
A little bit trouble in your life, a little bit of trouble makes it right.
And if you have a couple more minutes, you may also like this video right here. Can XRP really surpass Bitcoin? Until the next time, be safe.